is up, guys? Geeks of the West here. How are y'all doing? Video games versus movies. Why do I choose to talk about this? Well, recently I was out of town at an Arby's. I was in the city at an Arby's, and I was eating my chicken sandwich, my cordon bleu chicken sandwich, with my parents. To the right of me, there was this lovely conversation between two older looking people. I want to say they were over half my age. So, I mean, they weren't old, but they were middle-aged. So, compared to me, they were old, no matter how you slice it and dice it. They had a kid sitting with them, probably about 12, 13, 14 years old, younger than me. And he was asking if he could play video games today because his parents took it away. Fine, whatever. Parents are allowed to parent their children how they feel necessary. However, I also have the right to question them because they said, no, video games are bad for you. This is exactly what they said. They said this out loud, and there wasn't that many people there. It was just, the workers, and there was kind of like a corner around where we were sitting to where we couldn't, see the employees. The front desk, the service desk where, you order your food and you grab your food. So yeah, there was space from the employees. So the only people that really heard it were me and my parents. And she goes, no, their parents go. His parents go. No, video games are bad for you, but you can watch movies with us. I don't know, to me that just seems like overprotective parenting. Like, you can watch movies with us, little Billy. You don't need to do stuff that you want to do. And then instantly it clicked with me. It was like that. It clicked with me. And I was thinking to myself, why are movies so much better than video games in this case? Why would you suggest him to watch a movie instead of play video games? If anything, you would think that they're both just as fucking harmful if they are harmful at all. Anyway, that's not entirely my point. These parents can parent their kid however they want to, but I am going to question their logic. How is a video game less acceptable than movies? I mean, I get parents wanting to limit the violent content that their kids take. And you know what? If that's the truth, they want to limit their kids from violence and, explicit content, then yes, a parent should do that. It should be up to the parents, and if that's the case, I'm glad they're doing that. But they said movie. Now, I don't know what kind of movie they're watching. If they're talking about like a Disney movie, fine. I mean, even though the kid's like 12 or 13 years old, I want to tell them to get a grip. But if this is the case, and this movie is an action violent movie, even if it's just rated PG-13, but it's still violent. You know what I mean? There's still action. People are getting beat up, shot, and all that stuff. Why is watching it so much more acceptable than somebody playing it? Okay, I don't know, because I've heard the excuse that video games teach you violence because you're actually doing the violence. It's like, what? No, because a video game doesn't teach me how to punch somebody in the face. I mean, yeah, you see somebody punch somebody in the face, but isn't that TV? I don't know. It's just the same stuff you see in video games. It's the same stuff that you see on TV. The only difference is that you're actually interacting with the video game. And studies have proven over and over and over and over again that video games do not cause violence. If they did, then I would have I would have done some pretty fucking amazing messed up things already. So I don't understand where they're coming from. And just because you see, I don't know, it's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? The only difference is that you're interacting in the movie or interacting in the game, and for the most part in the game, your intentions are good. And I don't know. If anything, I would think video games are better because one positive about video games, or I'm going to name a couple of positives, is that video games can actually help your hand-eye coordination. Video games can actually help how you look at puzzles strategically. It helps problem solving and critical thinking because, well, that's a requirement for a lot of video games out there today, is strategizing. How are you going to beat this part? It makes you think critically. How are you going to beat this boss? So I think video games are being looked at in the wrong way, and I just don't understand how a movie is much more acceptable even if it has the same level of violence. Yes, I understand the only difference is that you're playing the violence in the video game, but that doesn't mean anything because you're still watching it regardless. You know what I mean? And if you don't want your kids to, have violence in video games or violence at all, then restrict them from violence whatsoever, or make sure you do your job as a parent and explain to them that violence is not okay, that being passive is the way to do it. I could go on, and this was just at the top of my head, so I apologize if my arguments weren't very good. But I just wanted to bring it up because it is an interesting conversation that people should take an interest in. And this is only part one because I feel like I didn't talk enough about what I wanted to talk about. I feel like I didn't dive enough into what I really wanted to say, and I didn't really get to the point that I wanted to. And I'm trying to keep my videos short a little bit because, I don't want to bore you with a 10-minute long conversation of me rambling and bambling and blah 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 and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna end this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this video interesting, please subscribe. Don't forget the thumbs up, comment, and check out my other videos. Have a good one, guys.